It's been 2 years since Yamaha launched the R15 and the SZ-16, niche market products that were supposed to resurrect Yamaha's performance image. I think we can easily say that that has happened. Today, Yamaha takes the next step with this, the SZ-X, which is supposed to be a mass market 150cc commuter. Will this work? We'll find out. The Yamaha SZ-X is a good-looking motorcycle. The flashy panels, the giant dark side panels and all the other bits look neat. So much so that your initial impression of sportiness leads you unerringly to the front wheel, where the presence of the drum brakes comes as a shock. We also felt somehow that the build quality of the SZ-X is a notch below the stellar levels of the R15 and the SZ-16. There's no escaping the fact that the SZ was built for a purpose and that price is a big part of that purpose. But enough talk, let's get riding, shall we? The SZ-X is meant to be a commuter. To that end, Yamaha have kept things simple. The riding position is sporty without being unduly committed, and the handlebars are in the usually comfortable position but not as wide as the FZ's in feel. To meet their intended price, Yamaha needed to de-spec the motorcycle as it were, and the front disc was among the things that were nixed. Yamaha has usually produced very good drum brakes, but I suspect it's no longer the cool thing to do to a 150cc motorcycle. The chassis is completely new, featuring twin rear shocks and Eurogrip tires. These are cheap tires that don't offer as much grip or feel as the MRFs that Yamaha usually specifies. Which brings us to the engine. What Yamaha have done for the engine is really simple. They took the FZ's 153cc engine, tuned it down a little bit, so the SZ actually makes only 12 PS, but you get a lot more fuel economy in the process. Just like the FZ, there's a lot of low and mid-range torque, which is great in traffic, but when you hit the highways and you go faster, you do notice the weaker top end. But it's a commuter, so I think that's alright. Where the SZ feels much more like a Yamaha is the handling and ride quality. The chassis is taut and compact, and in traffic the SZ is extremely agile without feeling unstable or flighty at highway speeds. On better rubber, the SZ-X would be a pretty competent motorcycle around the corners. But as is, it does what it's asked, but you always sense that there could be more fun to be had. Ride quality is typically Yamaha, stiff in feel but far from uncomfortable. I did 400 kilometers in a day on it, and my rear end complained so little that I think this is a good sign. The other positive sign then is the price. Yamaha is pricing the SZ, the base model, at Rs 49,000. For that money, you lose some of the cosmetic add-ons on the motorcycle behind me and the electric start motor. The SZ-X, that bike, is the top model and it costs 52,000 rupees ex-showroom. These are good prices, and Yamaha is hoping that this is the model that brings it back into the volume game, which is where it needs to get if it has to get 10% market share by 2012, which is a stated Yamaha goal. Can the SZ-X actually do this? Well, I think substantially it's got the goods except for that front disc brake, which seems to be a glaring omission. But we'll find out more about how the SZ-X sits amongst its peers when we compare it in the future on Overdrive.